full rigors of the law, we as an association will take every step to educate our nurses and midwives, and for that matter, other healthcare workers, to be professional and to respect and treat the Ghanaian health seeker with respect and dignity. It's something that we don't have to compromise. It's unfortunate you never came under my care. You would have loved it when I was actively practicing as an anesthetist.
Ish.
Okay. Again, we will have to be very intentional, and as you have rightly suggested, of educating the populace, the Ghanaian populace, about the nuances of what happens in an emergency situation, so that they can work in closer collaboration with us to move this country forward and to move the health sector forward. I will stand against any nurse or any midwife and make sure that that person faces any disciplinary action, either by the regulator or by ourselves as an association, if that person dare misconduct him or herself unprofessionally. And we are very mindful about that, and we are going to do this. Because, my brother, it is so lovely if you are a nurse and you treat the patient well. Sometimes it's not even the medication that you give. The way you speak to the person, the way you even receive the person, the way you bid the person off alone is enough. Because most of the patients that come, they may have certain pathological conditions, but they may also have certain psychological underpinnings. And once you are even able to even resolve those psychological issues, the pathology can even go, okay, with the slightest medication or whatever. So we need to respect our patients, we need to respect our clients, and treat them with a lot of, a modicum of respect. That is number one. Number two, the public must also know that we are the same people. The nurses are not angels drawn from heaven. They are your brothers and sisters whom you were brought up by your own parents in your own homes. They have just received a certain structured course of study that has prepared them as responsible citizens of Ghana and are there to offer such services, essential services. Let us improve internal security in our hospitals so that hooligans cannot decide to just enter a hospital, seeing people compromise their privacy. I'm talking about other patients, and get away with it. I think when we do that, we can move forward. And then, overall, have a proper health financing model. Look, I've been to other places. I'm saying that if we're able to fix our health financing model to the extent that people don't need to pay all the money out of the pocket in times of emergency or whatever, Ghana will be one of the best destinations for healthcare. Why? Because our culture is built in such a way that we are easily approachable and easily reachable. As you said, if you have any challenge, you can easily call me or call any doctor or friend of yours or any nurse. And the person responds. You can't do that in other jurisdictions. So I'm saying that if we're able to help, like we're able to support His Excellency the President, get this Mahama Care well structured, look at for other areas of financing. I suggested, when my association, agrees, that if we can even look at the proceeds from gold and assign a certain percentage, because all these galamsey that is going on, which we can't stop, are having detrimental effects on patient health in terms of kidney failures and stuff like that. So we can take some of the money there, put it in this Mahama Care, so that people can, have health care. In primary health care, educating people so that they can, even stop this type of galamsey. Because if they know the health implications of the actions, they will stop it instead of even this, bow and arrow behavior that is not even resolving the matter. So I agree perfectly with you. Under no circumstance must a nurse or a midwife disrespect any patient. But that does not also guarantee anybody the audacity to go and visit mayhem on nurses and midwives who are professionally taking care of other patients Because what the gentleman did compromised the healthcare delivery of other patients, not only himself and even the healthcare workers over there. So let us come together and condemn it. If it's bad, it's bad, irrespective of the political inclinations. And I don't know why this country is becoming so toxic about politics, and we want to politicize everything. Once you say something and it's not in good taste, or it doesn't fall in line with the thinking of your brother, he thinks that you are the other side and that for you are an enemy. Why do we do this to ourselves? So, bruh, if you called me this morning, this is what I have to say about this issue. But let us apprehend the young man. He is not about the laws of Ghana.
Finally.
If I fall foul of the law, I should be dealt with it, like any other.
Finally, have you had the opportunity to review the CCTV footage on the side of Ridge Hospital from the incident?
Yes, please. We have done that. And not only the CCTV footage, there are other cameras, including what Raf and his people filmed, and he dropped on social media. Now, if you look at the conduct, the kind of everybody, you see, I'm even surprised the nurses were there or the doctors were there, because people have to run away for their lives because they need to be safe to save others. Okay, one thing I must also let the public know is that the nurses and midwives and healthcare workers need to be safe to save others because they don't go to hospital with ammunition, and we shouldn't get there because if the state cannot protect us, then we need to find a way to protect ourselves. We shouldn't get there. We shouldn't look over our shoulders whilst we are rendering an essential services to our patients because somebody may come behind you and do something to you. No, we shouldn't entertain those kind of things. So irrespective, if Rap was my younger brother, I would have made sure he's locked by now. He will not be on social media having the effrontery and talking and defending himself.
Okay, fair enough. Now, I think that you're being a bit judgmental. Let the law take its course. Let the appropriate hold on. Let the appropriate authorities take the action. Okay. First of all, there's a committee in place to investigate this. Yes.
Let me come in here. Let me come in here on this committee.
Okay.
If you permit me, respectfully.
Okay.
Is the committee BNI or CID? Let me tell you something. When incident happen of this nature, you don't put the cart before the horse. Yes, I agree perfectly with the minister to establish a committee. This is to look at the comprehensive and address the issue. Okay, it is comprehensively going to address the issues. But
so why don't you give it the opportunity
of the perpetrators? The perpetrators must be arrested so that they can go through due process. Whilst we put together the committee to look at the happenings so that we can bring corrective measures. That is medium to long term. Is the committee going to invite anybody and to say that why did you go there to beat a nurse?
But I'm sure the police would have a lot of gravitas on the matter and would know if there's enough to go on by way of making an arrest, right?
My brother.
No, Doc, hold on. Ghana fire there. I mean, again, if you're saying that we can't just invade a hospital and tell doctors and nurses how to do the job.
Not tell, beat.
Oh, I'm sorry? Beat.
I'm saying that we cannot go to a hospital and beat any nurse and get away with it.
Okay.
You to be arrested.
As it is,
I cannot come to your studio and beat you up.
Hold on. As it is the word of the people in Ridge Hospital against the word of Raf. Because we spoke to Raf yesterday, and he was absolutely clear that no such assault went on. So at this point, we should just let the law take its course, let the necessary investigations be carried out, and then based on that, solutions will be proffered to whatever challenge it is. Right?
The lady has a dislocation. So she fell herself and dislocated her shoulder.
No worries. So at this point, I think we should just leave it here. Let the committee do its work. Let the police do their investigation. And then let the law take its course. But thank you. Thank you for speaking to us, sir. Thank you for obliging us your time. Have a lovely day, sir.
Same to you.
All right, so that was Dr. David Tinkranchum, General Secretary, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. 2.5 billion.
Adia said, "I agbai said your last a you can. Enra any rap to Chenkomo. On one narrative quite dear course. The Alaska ECC Facebook here, CCTV footage is from Rage Hospital. The course of Kakrao. Rafa Kasa. And more Rage to Swakasa. Open in case you were Kasa this week, a 50 say assembly see and between one sister station be where's I know you so the man minister no me face where's no na anu yedin as if say minister no honorable Minta Kando onim da djuma it said your committee yamom 1 week na wotwe de on be wi omadjuma we nye 1 month we 1 week pe on be wi omadjuma and ye be hu de course so e wo ho say raf na anya ni a say bi so a region penny for nsem mo kana na e bia nsisi so sa ni nyina ye be hu nto munya botre.
Okay, hold your horses. We have been joined on the line by Mr. Tony Goodman, who's a spokesperson for the Ministry of Health. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Harry. Hope all is well.
God day with this. How is your end?
I'm good. Just that after listening to David Tinkran, I can equate him to those who went to Ridge Hospital to actually did what they did. His words, his attitude and behavior is more assaulting than what happened there. He has shown a lot of disrespect to the people of this country and the Minister for Health. And I don't know why he has chose this tangent. He gave the minister 48 hours. Can you imagine? This is an association. Because he has not practiced for some time now, he's lost touch of the system. So he goes about just, he sees the minister as a soft target. Anytime there is some issue, they want to threaten Ghanaians with, we are going on strike, we give you 48 hours. Look, let this gentleman be advised. His attitude is uncalled for, and we won't tolerate this. The minister is in charge of the health sector, and the health sector is a serious business and is doing that. Not to have persons like this every morning. You're an association. The minister is in charge of the staff before you. He went there, sent officers to go there, and has professed what he wants to do. He's issued a statement attacking and also condemning what happened, and has taken care of this situation, has made sure that the phone that got missing was provided to the lady. The money that got missing was provided to this lady. What is this whole thing about association trying to look as though they are running the health sector? No, we won't tolerate this. This guy must stop this attitude. He wakes up in the morning and wants to use the health sector as his political catapult.
Thank you.
Where if you want to do politics, come clear. Let's know that you're a politician. Don't hide behind nurses. What you are doing, the nurses are not happy with it. Don't hide behind nurses and come out and just be misbehaving on radio, talking as if you own the people of this country. We will not accept this, and we want to serve this as a last warning to him. He should stop attacking the minister. He should stop behaving as though he is an oasis of knowledge in the health sector.
Fair enough, Tony. Now, I just received a message on Facebook, like one of the listeners says, arrest who? You are not serious. Go to our hospitals and see what is going on. You see the kind of sentiment that has characterized this incident coming from listeners. So it tells me that there appears to be some kind of a systemic problem, and matters only came to a head as far as this incident is concerned. So from your perspective as a spokesperson of the Ministry of Health, how should we solve this problem or address this problem in such a way that it never happens again? I keep asking this question, but I don't seem to be getting clear-cut, concise blueprint to say, okay, going forward, if we do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, we'll arrive at this conclusion, and then everybody will be happy. Can you help me out?
Yes. Harry, when you look at what the minister was doing before today, the minister, we've all seen this. We are aware of what is happening in the hospitals by some health professionals. And the minister decided to use an approach which is going there unannounced, listening to the general public, whatever concerns they have, and he puts those concerns before management. I asked them, this is what the people are saying. Is it true? Let's deal with it. When we went to Achimota, they mentioned name of a doctor. He questioned, he said, I don't want to hear this. I'm going to make a follow-up. Because we have monitoring system, we have evaluation, we have institutional care division and all that. But there are problems. So the minister has decided that let's use this tangent. Let's hear from the people. Because, my brother, all of us would, one way or the other, we have to call somebody, we have to do something before maybe a patient is admitted or is given some care. We know that we also have best health workers who are doing their best. At the same time, we have the bad ones who are also making sure that the sector doesn't grow. We are saying that those who are behaving in the negative should be dealt with. And we have adopted this. Let's not look as though what happened. What happened is just something that was waiting to explode. We all go to hospital and we are not happy. We go to hospital and we are happy with the staff and a doctor and nurse, the way they behave towards us. But we have a chunk of them that are not doing well, that are not actually improving upon themselves and improving upon the service delivery we give to the people. So if you go there and you are not careful, you may misbehave. For him to say that the committee, the minister is putting the cart before the horse, he doesn't even know what he's saying. You see, I think that he gets up and just decides to say anything. This is how systems are improved, service delivery are enhanced. This is how it is done. When issues happen, you put in place committees. Let's actually investigate exactly what happened. Who was supposed to be at post and wasn't there? Because they said the nurses and the doctors were overwhelmed. Why? This is not the first time they are working there. They know the number of nurses, the number of patients who come there during weekends. Why didn't we beef up? We are looking at all of these things. So when things happen, we look at it, improve upon the system. Where necessary, if persons will have to be queried and deal with, we do that.
Fair enough. What is the current situation as far as this incident is concerned? Is there, apart from the committee, is there any other thing that the ministry is doing to avert or prevent this kind of thing from happening again?
Yeah, if you go to the Ridge Hospital today, with BFAP security, Ghana Police Service has been stationed there. The minister is addressing the press this morning at 10 to give account of what happened and what has been done so far. Is also making sure that the Director of Institutional Care and his team look at how best we can provide persons at various clinics within the hospital to be having constant conversation with persons who come there, relatives, and those who are not happy. At least there is this client service unit, and we want the general public to know that anytime you go to hospital and you are not happy, there is a client service unit you must report to. We will quickly, in the coming days, announce numbers for people to also make complaints for us to follow up. Even though the ministry is a policy wing, we think that the health sector has retrogressed in the past years, and we need to bring it up to speed and improve upon some areas. So we'll do this to make sure that the system and the people of this country are on the same lane, and then all of us will improve upon the service. If you think that the Ministry of Health or the hospitals are not your place for you to work in, we will find a way of getting you to exit the place for those who are ready to work and improve upon the system to come and do their work.
Tony, this is a personal proposal. Would the ministry consider a mass media campaign to sort of educate both sides, health workers, patients? For example, sitting here now, if I go to a hospital, there are times when you try to ask your doctor a question and you flare up. So how do we address this going forward such a way that if I go into a hospital, I know what to expect, I know how I should be treated in a certain direction. If it's an emergency situation, what to expect? Can't we do something like that going forward?
Yes. So what we have started, you must first deal with the people internally. Make sure that you provide them with the understanding of they find themselves. We are doing this through the various agencies. Our rates monthly at the emergency area, they do this fire service training for them monthly. And at times when a person is posted from a different division or joins that emergency department, who is giving those training. So it's something we do internally. My brother, there are people who think that they are more important. That is why they are in that space. So you go and then they want to show you that they have gone to do the best thing. They are the best in the country. And if you don't go to and adhere to their behavior, they won't take care of. There are people like that. There are people. And there are others who are good. There are fine nurses and doctors. Fine nurses and doctors in the system who are doing very well. All of us must call out those who are misbehaving. That is what we're going to do now. When these numbers are put in place and then people start calling, names are mentioned, then we know that you are not actually doing the work. You are not ready to assist. Because to do the kind of investment we invest in the health sector is huge. So we must get it, the result. The result must be commensurate with the amount of money we actually spend. We should not be complaining, but yearly we make investment. Persons who are in the space who are supposed to help, for whom these investments are made for, are not actually helping matters.
I love Radio Gold.
So just all of us, as I agree with the general public, we will look at having a mass media campaign, letting them know what they are to expect in hospital. But before you get them to know what to expect, you must put your house in order first before you do that. So I agree with you. We'll look at the two-pronged approach and then we'll deal with this matter.
Tony, we'll leave it here. Thank you for speaking to us this morning as well.
Thank you, my brother.
Have a lovely day, sir.
You too.
All right, so you just heard Tony Goodman. He speaks for the Ministry of Health. And Nancy,
Yes, sir.
the texters are not fair to
me.
Dr. Tinkrang at all. There's actually an entire banter going on
The Facebook
page, yes.
I know.
And somebody says he just sports his day. Yes, and he used some very strong words that are not airworthy.
And so don't read it.
Yes, I've edited out.
But you see, like businesses would take their time in choosing who their lead public relations officer should be. I think associations like this should also do same. Because I feel that in times like this, you don't need this kind of tone. You don't need a person with this kind of posture. You won't get
the sympathy of the public?
One, and you won't get results. So the nurses themselves, do not like the way he's going so far as this matter is concerned. I just decided to read this to you. There's a nurse. I mean, she's gone through the ranks. She now heads one of the training institutions. I would avoid her name. This is on Facebook. David Tinkra Chum. Who exactly are you trying to impress now? The GRNMA delegates or the entire nursing population, or who exactly is your target? You are shouting and talking too much, forgetting that if we want to address the nursing issues one by one, you would agree with me that you have not done anything to improve the current system we are in right now. As a matter of fact, you are equally part of the reason for the big mess we are in as nurses. And you also agree with me that you are living in a different planet from the reality of nurses. Nurses now, and the ones you are desperately trying to lead in the future. Please, if all this is about nursing your ambition to be the next year NMA president, I beg rest. Why? Let me think. So that's a nurse. That's a nurse.
So the man is on a personal agenda.
Oh,
in
yes.
a certain sense.
And that's what a lot of.
So it's all about visibility in a sense.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You get it.
No, I don't. I was not there.
You see, this thing happened. Some of us have actually called on you, the health practitioners at Reach, to report the guy. Let the police do their job. In fact, we have said also that we know that you are trying so much to do your best at the hospitals. Okay. But that also doesn't mean that there are a lot of you people at the hospitals who are not doing the right thing. Like I was telling you yesterday, somebody saw a ring and then look at a patient's physique and everything and said that you okra we the 20. Wow, I mean, just
like that.
Do you get? So we have all of that. And we also understand that there are some professionals, like very high qualified professionals at the hospitals, who are doing their jobs the way it must go.
Correct.
Now, this thing has happened. The minister has gone there to check on the nurse, has gone there. We have even been told that the nurse said that his phone got missing, his money or not, that he has provided all that. He has gone ahead to put together a committee that should look into the matter, and then they come up with recommendations. So then I hear Mr. Chum something.
Yesterday, lawyer Chris Hesse impugned the gravitas of the committee and said they had no judicial powers, they could not subpoena, that kind of thing. And so maybe the attack against the idea of the committee is multi-pronged and probably has some justification.
Okay. So let's Ralph be arrested. Let the police go and pick Ralph and jail him. Is that the conclusion? Is that the result they want? Is that it? No, they should let us know.
The calls for Ralph to be arrested are quite forceful at this point.
So, if that is the result they want to see out of this, then they should just say it. That we want the guy to be arrested and that is it. Finish. We don't need a committee. We don't need further recommendations. That is all we want to see. Then we all agree that, okay, so this is what they want. But you see, when you turn the gun on the minister, that is where I don't get. Because I was listening to Mr. Cranting yesterday throughout, his name is what? Tim Cran. And it's just like, one mini minister not to go. That is it.
Okay.
Mamine papa na to ho. To I mean things like this happen and then you go on personal attacks, insinuations to the point that you're asking if he's a farmer. If he's a farmer and does not understand your way of doing things, he should call people to come and educate him. I mean, like how? If you want to be seen by nurses, go and buy airtime and talk. And then they will know that, okay, you can talk for them. If they will vote for you to become their next president, they will do that. But do not think that people... See, immediately Kwabena Mintah-Kandor was, appointed minister, we had a conversation. And truly, some of us, we don't see, the things we hear on the site. But you will just come to the conclusion that, yes, all the things that you have heard, that this particular leadership of the Ghana, Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, do not want him as minister. And they have just come to confirm it. That is it.
All right. Your opinion and
0.5.
as the legendary BB Mercy used to say, opinions are like onions. You can plant them anywhere, but not in my backyard. So
but you see, they are not the appointing authority. It is not in their place to say who they want as their minister or who they do not want.
No problem. So you have shared your opinion. It's like an onion. You can plant them here, but not in my backyard. Please, let's make money.
Okay. So are you looking for sound, secure, and competitive banking products to invest your money? The Agricultural Development Bank, ADB, is the right place to be. The ADB... at ADB, they offer you a bouquet of investment products such as Mofra accounts for your kids, student save accounts, personal saving accounts, personal investment plus, call accounts, business investment plus, and more. Visit any of their 89 branches across the country to sign on to any investment product of your choice and enjoy competitive interest. For further inquiries, please call 0302 210 ADB Beyond Banking.
Any na yanko St. Victory Homeopathic Clinic. Na St. Victory Homeopathic Clinic se bra. Odi no ebia na diabetes na ma bia bakeka ka ho ama onipadua ni nyina waye mremre. Waposo ya ota Johnson tem o Johnson so na ubeman mu bi wo ha na ne dia hyehye ne sa bi wo ha ne nsa ane na ho nyina enyunyunyu wode no nso woyɛ bema waye sexual weakness abra high blood pressure anase numbness anase ta chichewa ma high cholesterol waist pain ana wachika se ne tayo ya utita paiwa beti jenjen aso bia fahama ade bo trim anase wani su ne ta brimu wo misro St. Victory Homeopathic Clinic ena ewo se udu wani ede ben ekire na St. Victory Homeopathic Clinic de uduru ho a eho ye kama no kra no etime te oyare ne so ede ma obi bisa se na St. Victory Homeopathic Clinic no mo hemfa mpa cho mo kanishi ha yi wo mo any market no ena edi hwani mu omo eben food bridge ketwa no ubetimi afro mo ewo 0244 528 585 0244 528 585 and I say 0277 528 585 0277 528 585 call na St. Victory Homeopathic Clinic omuntu yare na se emfama.
Now experience the rhythm, feel the culture. Join us at Evans Hotel and Wiggles Bar, Chastako Phase 2 for an unforgettable live band Homework Climax celebration featuring electrifying performances by Ron City Band. Date is Friday, 12 September 2025 and time is 8 p.m. sharp. Venue, Evans Hotel and Wiggles Bar. Come and dance the night away, enjoy great music, vibrant vibes, and celebrate the spirit of Homework in a grand style. For reservations and enquiries, call 0548 900 912 or 0248 835 418 or 0201 554 024. Don't miss the ultimate live band experience. It's going to be magical.
Yo, any enfre nchemu e wo Suzy Eba Center we anu aboyi. Why? Na Suzy Eba Center for say wapomde hu hia ye pa. Ne senti no om the CB men capsules aba. Amasan e the CB women's capsules na ba. Na CB men capsules no oye bema sebe bia de rubber ibi. Ahye obema ni mu a wo hya se no nom CB men capsules na bebo pa. Bema bi so ho a wo dwunso wo chimwa ma ochon oba wo akọwo. Na ne dwunso no so Nyankopon ya na dom na se ba bi hu se na dwunso no mutimi achimienu double silencer no. Ana se ne bema no hyehye na ma oye no hwe anye yi odwunso wi na bibi foforo edi dwunso no chi eba. Wonu hia CB men capsules no ebi. Na omuwie no masan edi CB women's capsules na ba. Oba wono no ne VRA very romantic area ho no. O tied in session in two months o yisika bi di amama de akusku oboa. Obedua no no friend vagina itching no. CB women's capsules no be boa. Sanso e na oba wono wuni atenka wo de kofo ye watenka ye yam uko China for cry dia Nancy obesi yesi omo no omo sound quite different but ni how nesa atenka nkuto ni de nkuto no wo de wo no wuni atenka CB women's capsules no be boa papa menstrual pains and menstrual cramps also uhia CB women's capsules no ebi o pe bi ato a eye pharmacy chemical shop bia wo de wani be kire no ubenya CB men anase CB men capsules no bi atimi ato na emu no open the doso prom ne dudu matimi etu akwakoto afo ni chimu e Repash Ventures e wo okanshi Suzy Eba Center empanifo e wo 0247 111671 0247 111671 anase 0246 578750 0246 578750 Suzy Eba Center Ghana ma any mema edamasi.
Now, worms are dangerous, may cause loss of appetite, itchy skin, nausea, disturb studies in children, affects work performance, and etc. Therefore, use Wemplex 400 to kill them and set yourself free. One tablet of Wemplex 400 kills over 7 different types of intestinal worms. Wemplex 400 can be taken any time of the day and not only at night. No sweetener or purgative needed. Wemplex 400, your one-stop dewormer for the family. Wemplex 400 is Sunsum Atamfo.
Ghana, ahwode ba yesidi nimu. Emra ye de cresi kanonie. Hisense factory direct promo na sababi o. Na we die e chan kane no. E wo mu say atete so dada. Say who neso.
Efiti 25th, e kopim 29th August.
Yes, atisu say who. Me chese antisu prenu. Emputu ba economy nimu a. Wo so se fata say wo did de. Wa for wajunibu. Brand new smart TV a. Wo hwe wo sini papa bi wo so. Fridge kakraka e kwan dem. Na wo dia load wo niema. Air conditioner entry nyinam kanea. Na bon from ade. Ubenya we nyina wo factory direct promo yimu. One da form cra. Esubini bebia. Ko Hisense showroom bia. Ghana fananyina.
Efiti 25th, e kopim 29th August.
Emma waiting for call da Hisense. Everyday prices for everyday people.
Well sleep is free with the good touch remasia. A working any pediano, money to me ye and a juma ye. Or what the union in no near the aye. For what you say, what down home ye? No sorry, I'm more than so quite your juma. Well sleep, a bit to me a bow.
Well sleep, ka bye bye Kodana, neka hello, tredaye sopa.
Oh, beer here sell on whom ye. She shall well sleep or pharmacy, any OTCMs. And I could dear Madu and Sons, Cofa Bino, Edgar Ru. Obit me a phrase 057 428 6910.
Well sleep, Jayene, Nenya Wadinchina, a painful, and ma manufor, and in Quada won't me and fear do me no entity and fa.
FDR G. Jedi and Kratoyatum.
We'll see.
Hey,
why the broad smile this afternoon?
Sweetheart, I visited ADB to make some deposit, and guess what? I was introduced to the ADB Mofra account. It looks very juicy. The benefits will secure our children's future.
Really? Tell me more, my dear.
It is a highly competitive interest-bearing account. You can transfer funds from my account to the Mofra account. Account can be used as a collateral for a short-term facility by the parents on any ADB asset product. In fact, you can do many more with the ADB Mofra account.
I think Amma and Kofi fall within the age limit. Kofi is 8 and Amma is 5.
Yes, La. I brought the forms to fill for both of them.
Yes, Kwame. Let's secure our children's future.
I will through the ADB Mofra account.
Mofra. Yes, ADB.
Let's secure our children's future with ADB Mofra account. Your partner for your kids' account. ADB, beyond banking.
Everybody come wine, dine.
Gianni Panina Fee, your Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. Mebe Restaurant in Kwane and Dibia wa Ghana, what Ghana the customers home, F. Sumo Sumpa, Ghana and Yani Biara Ubenya, wa Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. A bunny fufone Ghana and Kwani and Biara, jollof rice, plain rice, bankuni tilapia, na ebano ampesini palavasosa, oh, ubedi aleke wonza, enunti, sawiye yi, wojawadi, anasa wotu pro afre adofo. Hwehwe Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. Extra kind. You will Nungwa C5 Junction. Nothing so no. Nungwa Latter-day Saints. Nautical Road. Opposite Princess House. Ehwano. Ye day and night. Monday to Sunday. Name Shaden Song. Ese kweseda no pane eduani ni ho. Na efi enyumre no num eye 5 p.m. no. Enuani mu assaulto. From Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds. It was 0244 052 012 and a 0272 725 309. Mebe Restaurant and 2 a.m. Sounds.
Ghana, get ready to win big and live large with Mega Cash Lucky Box, the game where you could walk away with instant cash prizes. It's easy to play. Just dial *426*6# on all networks. Follow the prompt, pick a lucky box, and reveal your cash prize. It's that simple. Win massive, up to 500,000 Ghana cedis. Don't miss your chance. Players all over Ghana are winning now.
I won!
What are you waiting for? Dial *426*6# or visit www.megacashluckybox.com and play on our web portal. The minimum to play is 5 Ghana cedis. Your lucky box could be holding that big cash prize. Mega Cash Lucky Box. Dial *426*6# and win instant cash today. Don't wait. Remember, terms and conditions apply and is annually approved on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Wajofred Scientific Herbal Clinic. Wapomudi hu hiaye pa. Enu ti ne yaka nimdi a yewo. Ewe bibidro hu ene abefudie abom edisa nyarewe pi. Na ne edi mu akotene pa. Eye wechin kase ho hyehye. Bone dislocation ana empo arthritis. Efri enamu yare. Esichire yare. Mojabro so ene nompemu yare. Eya wone ma stroke. Efichikro mu yare. Ana so bi enyankwanhia. Eye POP na opesa wo shana. Ye beti ani ahwe wiye. Ejuma yefo no nimedwuma. Na ye de obo ade nubina ene so yariano yedwene ohunti August busumi yidie ye lab services ni nyina eye free ye juma efri ejuada ekosi memeneda branya so ye ewo Pantai School Junction ana free wa homa trofo iso 0244 517 780 ana 0201 404 914 ubetimi akoye email jofredclinic616@gmail.com. Jofred Scientific Herbal Clinic, your health, your wealth.
Do you suspect you didn't get the right amount of fuel? Do you have issues about the quality of fuel you bought? Or did you experience bad customer service at the filling station? Don't stress. The National Petroleum Authority, NPA, is here to assist you. Reach out to our call center on 0302 550 380. That is 0302 550 380. Or feel free to walk into our office located at Jowlu off the N1 highway or any of our regional offices to make a complaint or inquiry. If you experience any of these at the filling station, you have up to 48 hours to report it. NPA, where customer care meets excellence.
One station.
Accra 2022, 23, 24 and more. We don't chat, bad drama. Back live.
Commercial free.
Just mid-morning show.
Oh, we love a chubby bad drama. Mid-morning show.
The mid-morning show.
Yes.
90.5.
Good morning, my neighbors. On chubby bad drama.
Experience quality
Radio station. Rave.
Powerful. Morning vibes and more. Accra 90.5. We don't chat, bad drama.
Oh, we love you.
Your mid-morning show on Radio Go.
We are back like 100 times. 2 times bigger. 90.5.
All the things I know that you deserve.
Mid-morning show. Wait, oh, chame by Dremba.
From soulful melodies to powerful praise, the Sunday Gospel Highway with Robinson Crusoe has it all. Tune in this Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. on Radio Gold for a mix of contemporary and urban gospel music that will touch your heart and make you move. Get ready for 2 hours of incredible music, inspiring artists, and a message of hope. The Sunday Gospel Highway, the sound of Sunday.
Radio Gold 90.5.
You touch that dial at your own risk.
I love Radio Gold 90.5.
All right, welcome back from the money making expedition. It's your power station, Gold 90.5 FM, and it's the Gold Morning Conversation. My name is Henry Kojo. I'm sitting in for your regular host, Sena Nombo, and it makes me the irregular host. I'm here with Rita Mali's younger sister, and the only animal rights lawyer in the whole of West Africa. And translating animal rights into Twi, so it's a fantastic expedition, linguistically. It translates into Mwasem. The lawyer, I shall Mwasem so. All right, so in a short while, we'll be making some more money. And then we'll be delving into matters arising out of the upcoming Ghana Bar Association conference. There appears to be an aberration of this particular year's arrangement as far as speakers are concerned. And also where David Tinkranchum, doctor, is being roasted seriously on the portals. I mean, a lot of people are not too happy with his tone. For example, I received a message from my good gray-haired friend who is also an engineer by profession. And he says, did I hear the guy say Ghana for pa? Is he from Pluto? Does he pay himself or he's also paid with the taxes we pay? He claims we can't teach them how to do their work, but he can teach the minister how to do his work? Well. And another listener in Denmark says, please tell the man he can't protect their numbers with his emotions in disrespect to the health minister. Well. Okay, fellow Ghanaians, are you there?
We did here.
What's the tete-a-tete about? I see that there's some whispering
just
back
pray.
and forth. You say?
Pray.
That.
Just pray. Because anything can happen.
But I can't pray amiss. I need to know
Just
what I'm praying for.
Because if the two of us are doing...
They are whispering. It means on coup d'etat. Well, I'm immune to coup d'etats. Do your worst. Thank you very much. Please. I assume you have some information for our listeners by way of...
Yeah, but we have lawyer on the line. So.
Oh, all right. So earlier on, as I indicated, there appears to be an aberration in the matter of the speakers for this year's Ghana Bar Association gathering, which is coming up. And to speak to us on the matter involved is lawyer Sadat Haruna Alasan, who is a member of Lawyers in Search of Democracy, or LINSOD. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
I hope you're doing well.
Well, I'm recovering. I haven't been well for barely 2 weeks now.
You got COVID or what?
Severe cold.
A severe cold.
Yeah.
That's a matter that some chicken light soup should solve.
I think I'll work on that.
Wonderful. Thanks for speaking to us this morning.
Thank you so much.
So, what is your challenge with the choice of speaker for this year's Ghana Bar Conference?
Well, there's really no challenge in respect of the speaker or speakers for this year's conference. I say so because normally speakers are carefully chosen.
First of all, do you have any indication as to what is considered anytime they have to choose a speaker or speakers for the event?
Exactly. In choosing a speaker, you must be guided by the first and foremost the background of the person, the experience of the person, and the aspirations of the person. And so it's very important that these parameters guide your choice of who a speaker is, especially a high-level program such as the Ghana Bar Conference, which is slated for this year. I say I really have no challenge with the choice of speakers because the organizers ought to know the parameters that should guide their choice of speakers. Now, where someone has a certain mandate to execute, to the extent that the person is executing the mandate, you have no cause whatsoever to fight the person. In executing your mandate, remember you are also supposed to be guided by certain guidelines. In some instances, you may be guided by rules that relate to either procedure, what steps ought to be followed, or in some instances, a substantive matter. What does it require to do A, B, C, D, and how do you do it? So these are two different things. And so many times you need to look at it carefully and then decipher between whether this is a substantive matter to deal with or a procedural matter to deal with. Now, the bar conference is intended to bring all lawyers in good standing together to have deliberations on the way forward for the bar. You know, the bar is expected to be like a living organism that should be changing in response to changing times and guided by modernity. And so the way conference used to be organized in 10, 15 years ago, we don't expect it to still be organized the same way. And I give you an illustration. In time past, our conference used to be organized in such a way that everybody needed to be there in person. Now times have changed, and COVID specifically has come to demonstrate that we're living way behind the wall. And therefore, they had to put in place certain mechanisms to reflect the circumstances of the time so as not to deny us the opportunity of living a full and complete life. And that is the introduction of this virtual and all that, the systems. And so now we have an opportunity where people can still participate virtually. If you, for some reason, you will not be able to be at the center of the conference or at the place of the conference, you can still be at the comfort of your home and participate, so long as you meet the requirements, which has to do with you being in good standing and paying the requisite conference fee. And so that is the procedure that has been adopted now, just to make sure that the interests of all persons are met. Now, in terms of the choice of the speaker, as I told you, these fundamental principles or guidelines must influence your choice. And so, for instance, if you are coming to talk about Ghana Bar conference matters affecting students, I don't expect you to go and bring an archaeologist or a zoologist, to come and then deliver a speech there, because the person's expertise relates either to animal life or, if it is an aerospace engineer, somebody whose expertise relates to aircraft and related matters. And so the question will be that, what exactly will he be coming to speak to? He should be coming to speak to matters that will advance the cause of legal systems in Ghana, the cause of democracy in Ghana. Democracy is at the center of every governance structure, failure of which will lead to a complete collapse of the governance structure, especially where the true tenets of democracy are not being complied with. And so you must always be informed by the fact that whoever is coming as a speaker is someone who actually commands the respect of the lawyers. Lawyers are a special crop of people or species of people. And so you need to be guided by some of these things. That's why I'm saying that when people are given the mandate to execute a task, it behoves on them to also go the extra mile of trying to work to serve the interests of the people and to realize the aspirations of the people, which includes that they must be able to identify appropriate or right persons who are well treated for the occasion to come and share their thoughts or opinions on matters bordering the profession and bordering our governance system as far as the judiciary is concerned. And so that's essentially what I can see about that. But in terms of this year's choice of speakers, there has been a debate as to whether the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, should be part of the program or not. One thing we must also recognize is the fact that the President can always be deemed at all times to be an automatic member because it's a high level, like I said, high level professional group. And that will require somebody who, like I said, commands the respect of the people to come in at this occasion by way of opening or launching the program for its successful kickstart. Now, when you fail to do this, especially when, unless there have been instances where you can demonstrate that presidents have always come to participate in that. Regardless of the fact that past presidents, who have participated, have clearly shown to be lawyers, doesn't take away the fact that it requires the number one gentleman of the land, at least, to also come and grace the occasion. It is not the only occasion, remember, that he normally goes to give that kind of recognition and full endorsement for it to start from a successful beginning to a successful end. But you cannot discount matters relating to the lawyers, which requires that the president himself comes to open the program by way of opening ceremony where he has a way to share. Because remember, our democracy, our governance system, the legal underpinning, the matters of interest to the president. And so it's only appropriate that on such an occasion, he is given the opportunity to come and then share his thoughts. Let you appreciate where he also stands. So that as part of the deliberations, concerns of the president, who is leading and in a better position sometimes to speak on some matters that are better of his privileged position, can share his thoughts on matters bothering our judiciary particularly, so that the lawyers can truly pick it up from there, and then the conversation will go deeper, and ultimately we will be desirous of having a session where it will impact on the nation as a whole. And so it's important that in choosing the choice of speakers, all these matters are taken into account. That's basically what I can share on that. Otherwise, you lose the rationale for the conference, and it becomes a purely political matter. Once the president is performing his functions as the president, nothing like politics comes in there. He's representing everybody, he's serving everybody. And so he must be treated on those occasions as such. Rather than viewing him with a political lens, it should be defeating the essence of some of these things. And I think it's not in the interest of the Ghana Bar Association, and it's not in the interest of the nation as a whole.
Now, has the leadership of the bar been telling you the reason for which they are not inviting the president, or for which the president will not be part of this year's event?
Well, as far as I am concerned, as you are aware, I told you, I am still recovering, but I do not have any concrete reason from the GBA executive as to why the president is not part of it. Because somebody may have the reasons, but like I said, where I sit at the moment, I'm not privy to any reasons adduced as to why the president is not.
And is it your contention that non-lawyers have addressed the bar previously?
It doesn't. Like I said, the non-lawyer in this case, you should be more inclined to the capacity of the non-lawyer. Remember, ultimately, if anything so critical borders the association, aside the fact that the association has its executive team and a governing council, if you like, there are some matters there's so much desire to meet the president on some critical matters. So if on those occasions you think he's the ultimate or the last resort for him to intervene on matters affecting the judiciary, why do you think that he doesn't deserve the respect and the dignity to be invited to share his opinion on you, so that also clothes you with the bargaining chip to be able to fall on him when you need his intervention on a matter? Don't you look at it that way? We need to act sometimes with wisdom. That makes it very important, extremely important for the president, regardless of whether he's a lawyer or not. But you are simply dealing with the position at any point in time and not the background of the person. Once the person is elected to president, it sends a certain signal to the entire nation and to the whole world that the person commands a certain respect. He has a certain level of respect. He is at a certain pedigree. So such that when he invites you or he attends your program, it speaks volumes. And so on some occasions that you think is so desirous of having, you are very proud and so contented with that. But on some other occasions, you play that kind of selective justice game to say that, well, he's not a lawyer and therefore he is not expected to be in attendance. I mean, we cannot continue to play the double game. I don't think it's an appropriate thing to do. And we must actually be advising ourselves so that we can do more to make our governance system better and to make our institutions work more properly, efficiently, and effectively.
Forgive me, but I've not gotten the sense that you've discharged this question creditably. Has there been a situation in the past where a non-lawyer has addressed the bar?
By way of the president, if I understand your question.
Yes. Has a president who is not a lawyer ever addressed the bar historically since the bar association was formed? Or the requirement is that whoever addresses the bar at a particular time has to be a lawyer?
So there's no express provision suggesting that whoever is coming to address the bar must be a lawyer. There are instances that people have come there on the expertise they carry, by way of providing advice to suggest that if things are to be done in a particular way, for instance, someone with finance background or someone with accounting background, or even if you want to put up a building that will require architectural work. These are instances that you can call for on someone with an outstanding expertise in that area to come and justify why you should pay a certain amount for a project of the GBA to be undertaken. So that's just an illustration. And so if such a person is coming by way of presentation, remember, addressing the bar doesn't necessarily mean coming to deliver a speech, but also coming to make a presentation to justify why a certain cost must be incurred in a project. It's also some way somehow addressing the bar. Once you stand before lawyers to pass information to them, you are addressing the bar. And so your question is well placed. And I'm saying that all the presidents, of course, that we have had, unless, of course, I haven't recalled any instance where somebody has been invited and the person is not a lawyer and they're speaking to the bar as a non-lawyer president. So otherwise, that is it. And like I said, addressing the bar will mean there may opening ceremony, someone speaking, or other speakers speaking, or even discussing, or when it's time to discuss or pass resolutions that affect the bar, which will require some projects to be undertaken. And those projects, remember, may not necessarily be undertaken by lawyers. It may as well require non-lawyers to undertake. And of course, because the lawyers will always demand for value for money, they many times require the justification for that spending. And to justify it, it is only sometimes the consultants involved who may be able to come and give a justification. When they come to explain and to respond to questions, it's also a form of addressing the bar. Yeah, so that is the way we should look at it.
Fair enough. Now, some people will argue that the Ghana Bar Association is trying to make some kind of a statement as far as the impasse, if we can call it that way, between the suspended Chief Justice on one hand and the government of the day on the other hand is concerned. And so this is their way of saying we don't approve of whatever it is that's going on. And so we want to keep or snub the number one gentleman of the land. What response do you have to this theory?
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying as soon as the GBA becomes a political instrument, then it loses its relevance. Even on objective matters, it will always be guided by political leanings or political undertones to take a position or to take an action. And that is where the profession will begin to wane in terms of its stature and integrity. And that is not a very good development. Regardless, which political party is in power, the bar should be able to take a very impartial, a neutral, and an objective position and deal with that leader, either from party A or party B, without necessarily demonstrating by way of its words or action or even insinuation that it is because this particular political party is in power. That's why we are behaving this way. And so I vehemently, without any reservation, disagree with any attempt to completely deny the president, number one gentleman of the land, the opportunity to come and then share a word of welcome. It might not necessarily be coming to share his sentiments about it, but of course, even to welcome you and to wish you well. What about that? Yes, especially in this present moment that we find ourselves, when the nation is still grieving. It's an opportunity to allow him to come and then let you understand that indeed we are grieving, and therefore there's a need for us to come together as a nation, mourn together, see how we can work collectively in the interest of the state, and probably to avert such occurrences in future. It's a matter of national concern. And so that will only be a way of also acknowledging that indeed we have recognized the level of grief that has befallen us. And the president has also given us his assurance that in spite of what has happened, some measures will be taken to cater for the families of the bereaved citizens who have worked industriously, for the country. And what other mechanisms they may be putting in place, even assist the bar and even the judiciary. And you think the president will come there without having anything to share? What attempts are being put in place to make the judiciary better and to make even the Ghana bar situation better? It's an association. And the association can fall on the president at any time, too, like I said. Now, if you do this, and in future, you also bring a certain matter to the president, and it's treating it as though this is a political, an opposing political wing, and therefore wouldn't give it the attention it desires. What kind of situation are we creating?
Okay, finally, have you been able to table this reservation to the leadership of the Ghana Bar Association, and have you received any response if you have?
Not yet, but I think we are still making frantic efforts to let them apply some reason so that they will rethink their decision. And they recognize that it's important as a single nation, and particularly because we are an association. We are not a political party. That is the name, Ghana Bar Association, and not Ghana Bar Political Party. No. And so we will still try and keep in touch with them. Of course, we know they are human beings, and human beings are bound to change their decisions or positions depending on the circumstances. And so they may have taken that decision at the time when some matters didn't come to their attention. As far as national cohesion and unity is concerned, now that we are raising some of these matters, it will naturally influence them, and they will to consider their decision, prove on their actions.
Lawyer Sadat Haruna Al-Hassan, member Linsot, thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you so much.
Have a lovely day.
My pleasure. Thank you.